So we're back to Rising of the Shield Hero, as we continue with the next part of Naofumi's journey with the second volume, thinking that between episodes 4 to episode 8, give or take a few seconds. Anyway, right after the events of Volume 1, Naofumi and the other heroes are granted their various rewards from the king for dealing with the, wave of last issue. And of course, Naofumi is shafted by the king in terms of a reward, but takes it and leaves anyway, heading to the slave trader's tent to reinstall, for lack of a better term, Raphtalia's slave crest. While there, he basically finds a gacha game for monsters and decides to get one for an additional team member for the cheap and potential source of income if he can sell it off. And of course, it hatches into a Philolial, which is basically a copyright-free chocobo. I mean, it's a giant raptor or terror bird style bird who's giant, fluffy, and people use as horses. It's basically a copyright-free chocobo. Anyway, the chick quickly grows, and after racing against the spirit hero, continues to grow until eventually becoming a little human girl, weirdly enough. Obviously, this is concerning Naofumi, who has a terrible reputation as it is, and has to learn how to deal with the child while also beginning a trading business and becoming a traveling merchant. So obviously the bulk of the novel is Philo's introduction and the beginning of Naofumi's little trading business, working towards the ends of dealing with the group's financial difficulties, because he's obviously not getting as much as the other heroes are. But that's kind of the obvious thing for anyone who's seen the anime. But you're interested in is how does the light novel, the original material, differ a bit from the anime. In this case, it's Naofumi and Raphtalia's relationship. Throughout the course of the story, Raptalia, I keep fucking up her name, will keep throwing herself into danger, particularly in battle, to try to end them quickly, much to Naofumi's annoyance, who wants to be the shield and defend her so she can take out the enemy. As I stated earlier, Raphtalia's reasoning is to end the fights quickly so Naofumi doesn't get hurt. She wants to protect him, but he wants to protect her in turn. It's this wanting to protect mentality that causes a bit of a strain on their relationship, at least in terms of their fighting ability. And, well, it goes throughout the course of the novel until it gets kind of resolved at the end as they both agree to protect each other. Also, Raptalia continues her pursuits of trying to get Naofumi to see her as a woman and not a child, which begins the joke of Naofumi just basically calling Raptalia his daughter. Eventually just starts calling Philo that too. Again, it does get resolved with the pair growing an understanding of each other, as well as understanding Philo. The one thing I find surprising is that light novel Naofumi was a lot more annoyed by Philo than his anime counterpart seemed to be. Like, he thinks about selling off Philo a lot until after they get the merchant's business up and running. Mainly relates to the fact that she's kind of uncontrollable and eats basically everything. But he does quickly grow to love her. Hell, her death is what signals the awakening of the Shield of Rage, a obviously dangerous power-up that will basically be with him throughout the course of the plot, up until a certain point, because, that's what always happens with super dangerous power-ups. Overall, this is a good little midpoint in the story, introducing a new character and evolving Naofumi from the angry, hate-filled man he was before into something that's a bit more heroic, not entirely selfless, but a bit more heroic and a bit more understanding of the world. Anyway, pretty sure anyone's familiar with the anime's telling of the events. It's still pretty accurate outside of the whole core relationship of our three main protagonists now. And, well, that's it for this one. Obviously, again, if you're a fan of the anime, take a look at the light novels, especially before Season 2 comes out, and hopefully we can, blow through the Season 1 material so we can get to the more interesting Season 2 stuff. Until next time, people.